over half our workforce.
This takes in everything from your local newsagents and fish and chip shop to major manufacturers and developers. But research shows that in Australia, less than 40% of private business have a definite business plan, leaving the future quite uncertain. So whatever the business, big or small, how do you ensure that it will continue to prosper?
One of the major problems facing private business is succession planning. This is who will take over when the current boss retires. Why is this an issue? Well, over the next decade, it's estimated half the current owners of these type of businesses will retire, leading to the transfer of more than $600 billion of wealth. If this transition isn't managed carefully, it could be catastrophic for the economy, hence having an effect on all of us. So National Mutual Financial Services is taking action. Following an extensive research initiative by Monash University, they've set up a special foundation for family and private business to safeguard this powerhouse of our economy. It will provide everything from workshops and training programs to newsletters and research bulletins on current business trends.
Interestingly, with people who are perhaps, husband and wife running a fish and chip shop, for example, often they've set it up to just bring income into themselves, and they think of it just as something that they actually do. They need to start thinking about it in terms of a business. So often what they do is to reduce costs. They bring in different members of the family to keep those costs down. And all of a sudden the business has become successful and grow. So the practices in the past don't necessarily work for the size and the scope of the business going forward.
Take, for instance, a small air conditioning company. Jill Yeats, together with her husband, set up the business 16 years ago. It's grown from a small two-person operation to an enterprise employing 20 staff with annual sales of $4 million. While there's been a certain amount of careful planning in their success, as they expand, the water's becoming very treacherous. So Jill welcomes the idea of a foundation.
It's not that you don't know, you've been in business a while or you think you know, but it's just improving your skills, listening to ideas, bouncing off other people's opinions, and it's the way to go, I believe.
Jill admits the issue of who will take over the company in years to come is very important, even though their children are at the moment very young.
We have two boys, 9 and 12, and both of them are enthusiastic to go into the company, or one is more so. But at the end of the day, it'd be nice to be able to employ them, but you have to have in place integration systems, training programs. Operators make a mistake by expecting, and you often do, more of your children. Why should they just walk in and take over?
Ill-equipped family members taking over can lead to dissension amongst other employees who believe that they're more suited to a position of authority. And all of a sudden, in comes that dirty word, nepotism. For this very reason, the Managing Director of Australia's largest office furniture manufacturer, Tony Schiavello, has already set the wheels in motion for his retirement.
I have appointed my oldest son, Peter, to be the Deputy Managing Director so that he can take over eventually, and my younger son, Paul, to look after all the running of the manufacturing, which we employ about 600 people in manufacturing.
Obviously, another problem family businesses encounter is that grey area separating work and family life.
When you go home, though, you're taking business with you in a family situation. So often some of the people who are causing you some of the issues are sitting around across the dinner table. So there are unique situations for family businesses where they have to juggle that personal family side and juggle the things that are right for the business as well.
The training courses offered by the Foundation range from informal breakfast workshops right up to fully accredited courses and are available right across Australia. They focus on things like setting up a constitution for your business to help avoid conflict and how to write a business plan that will give your company a much greater chance to grow.
Well, I guess the bottom line is, if you do have a privately owned business, forward planning and a definite business plan are the keys to success. In the case of a family-owned business, think about who'll take over the reins when the current boss retires. Of course, we all know that families tend to argue a bit, so work out how you resolve conflicts when that does happen. Now, if you do need a bit more help, it seems like this new foundation is the way to go.
Now, maybe I'm the silly one, but